Welcome to the Red VTV show, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2025 season. As we continue our build up to the new Betfred Super League campaign, and with 31 days to go, Kevin.
It's time for our number 31. Our number 31 this season is Leon Cowan, and Leon is sponsored by St. Helens UPVC.
St Helens UPVC, windows, doors, and conservatories. Been in the trade since 1999, supplying and installing windows and doors at lower prices without affecting quality, reliability, workmanship, or service.
Excellent.
Another local company backing the club. And backing Leon Cowan, who, Kevin, is quite a latecomer to the sport.
Yeah, he is. But even though he is like a late comer, really, I like the way that he carries himself, and I like the way that he speaks because he was on initial trial with the under 18s, and he said he just wanted to kind of put his head down and get to work. And I like the way that this young man speaks and how he carries himself. I like some of his quotes that have been on the website, like how it's his dream come true to kind of come through at the Saints, and obviously he'll be looking to make his debut. The fact that he's another one who's been out to Swinton, dual reg. I think he made 11 appearances at Swinton. And he gets it that when he goes out on dual reg, out on loan, wherever he goes, he's representing St. Helens. So I like how he speaks. I like, I just like how kind of intelligent he is that he's carrying that thought when he goes. He might be pulling another club's jersey on, but he knows full well that this is part of the stepping stones for if he is going to make it here at St. Helens.
Yeah, played in an academy semi-final in his first year. Was a bigger part of the squad in 2023. Made academy captain as well. And you think for
Yeah,
somebody who's like such a late comer to the essentially the club's program, the academy, to be made captain says an awful lot for me. In terms
yeah,
of his leadership qualities. Um, Also played for England against France, in the academy. Led the Saints out as skipper in the academy grand final, raising the trophy. Um, Got a squad number last season, suffered a fractured knee, which kept him out for the majority of the year. Um, but 11 appearances for Swinton last year.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I think this lad will get his chance at some point.
I do, and I hope he does. I think that last year was he struggling with an injury at the start of last year
Yeah, he
as
did it in
well.
the academy grand final.
Yeah, did he? He made the 21 as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sure, he made the 21 a couple of times, which is it is a reward. I know it's not manifested itself to him turning out for Saints, but you've been in the 21, you've been in and around, you've been part of that conversation. Um, is only good. I think he played a little bit for Swinton in the front row, which I know 13 you can kind of play the ball handling role or you can play the battering ram role. So all that and the way that he speaks about his time in the lower leagues and how there's no easy games, everything's a challenge, and that he wants to play rugby. It sounds brilliant. Yeah, he's got to back that up with performances to break through, to kind of push on and be ahead of some of the other lads who are in and around his position. Again, loose forwards. Cole Marsh can play loose forward, same as Leon Cowan can. Probably a year behind, obviously, with Leon being past the first team squad last year. Even front row, where you've got Alfie Sinclair, you've got Jake Davis, who we spoke about a couple of days ago, can play back row. He's got a lot of competition to kind of stay in the squad and push himself into the first team picture. Obviously, we know about the lads who have played first team, but if he can back up his words with performances, I mate you right. I think he's got one hell of a chance of seeing some first team action this year.
I think last season, Jake Burns coming in, getting his opportunity and showing what he could do. If there's one thing that Wello has to take, it's sometimes you've got to give youngsters their opportunity. And I know you can't just throw jerseys out there,
Yeah,
but at some point you don't just drop them all in together when we're struggling for injuries. I'd like to see a little bit of nuance and rotation a little bit at times, and we've talked about it for years, but
yeah,
with a full strength side, and we're playing Wakefield at home, give Leon his chance in the first team and see how he goes because you need to make decisions for the future. Are you going to have him stick around for another couple of years? And sometimes I don't think you can see that until they're given the opportunity.
yeah. I mean, unless in training or outside they're doing something that you think, nah, I don't want him around the squad. Yeah, we want to see players given the chance. I think you're always in that juxtaposition when you're a big club that you want to see the best playing for you, but you want to see the young lads coming through and becoming them best players playing for you. Um, and you're right, you can't just throw jerseys out to everybody. Not everybody gets a heritage number. Not everybody gets that honour of getting onto the park. But yeah, just sometimes I feel like even in previous seasons, completely ignore last year, we flogged some of the same players where you think, could you not give him like 10 minutes either side of half time and give someone a rest? Could you not just have a look at how he gets on? Because we've spoken about it with the likes of, say, Sam Royal, who only ever seemed to get thrown in when we were really struggling with injuries, rather than him being thrown in into a full first team with Sam Royal playing, even if he's coming off the bench and doing half an hour, and seeing how he acts with, say, Percy as his winger and Matty Lees as his centre, sorry, and Matty Lees as his prop, and Johnny Lomax telling him where he should be. We didn't really see that too much with him. So you hope that some of these players get that kind of that opportunity afforded to them,
Yeah,
but they've got to earn it.
absolutely. And I think there's a couple this year: Leon Cowan, Owen Dagnall, who we'll talk about tomorrow, George Whitby, Harry Robertson. I think you need to get these players in and around the squad and give them game time. But again,
Yeah.
we'll talk about each one individually. But Leon, leadership qualities. It's almost, I think, is he potentially going to take the Sam Royal role in the squad?
He could do, yeah, he could do, and that could be like a couple of years. But you'd hope, and God bless Sam because he's well thought of, great lad. Obviously had talent, but just didn't kind of kick on. Whether that was due to the stunted season we had in 2020, whether it was just he'd reached his level, I don't know. But you hope that if he is going to take that Sam Royal role, it is a case of he then pushes on past and gets his starting jersey, well, your playing jersey. And I think more like, say, a Mike Bennett, who made himself, he's got to be part of your team. He's got to be in the 17 because he does a great job for you. A lot of it might be unnoticed because it's a lot of keeping things tight and not letting players through, just tackling, just making decent meters, not one of your absolute big blockbusting stars where you see a Noah Stevens running through a gap, a George Delaney hitting a tackle head on and knocking someone over. You need that player who can just hold up. It's like in cricket, you hold one end up. You kind of make everything so it's solid. Maybe he can be that player.
Right then, that's number 31, Leon Cowan, done and dusted. We will be back tomorrow with our number 30. Don't
Yes.
forget to like, share, and subscribe. Catch you soon.